Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I wanted to do a video here. I'm going to go kind of deep on some stuff that I haven't really talked about. So just keep an open mind, an open heart, what I'm going to talk about here. But before I do that, I want to tell you a story. I went up to Walmart yesterday, and it relates to this picture you're looking at. That's actually my brother's dog, Kobe. He's a great dog. I mean, he's just full of love. He just is love. Me and my brother, we joke around and say he has Jesus inside. But he's awesome. He loves everybody. He looks kind of menacing, you know. He's a big boxer, but he loves everybody. He loves me like crazy, and I love him too. So that's just me and Kobe there. But this relates to the story at Walmart. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to, when I'm out in public, just consciously and forcefully pushing out my light, you know, out of my heart, just when I'm just walking around in public, just really trying to emanate what I feel inside in my heart. And I have a lot of love inside me. So I'm always trying to like push that out and really be consciously aware that I'm doing that. And just to see how, you know, that hopefully raises the vibration of people around me, and just to kind of see the effects of that. So yesterday I was at Walmart. You know, I went into Walmart to buy some stuff, and I said to myself, I'm going to really do that and really, you know, really focus the whole time in Walmart of just like pushing that out right out of my heart space. So I went in there and I'm doing this, and it's funny because usually when I'm in Walmart, like people don't really, and not just Walmart, anywhere, like I notice people don't ever really see me. It's almost like I'm invisible most of the time. Like they'll look right through me, like I'm not even there, it seems like a lot of the time. And I've always found that to be kind of strange. It made me think about like NPCs and backdrop people and stuff, because I've really noticed that a lot over probably like the last 10, 12 years, that people in public just don't seem to really see me. But I see everybody. I'm always looking at I'm very always like hyper aware of what's going on around me. I've always been like that since I was a kid. I'm aware of everybody, like when I'm walking around in public. So I'm in Walmart and I'm walking around and I'm doing that. And I noticed, you know, people were looking at me and people were smiling, and I wasn't smiling. And I kind of have like an intense face. I've been told, you know, since I was younger, like even a kid, that like you look mean, you look like an intimidating person. And then when they get to know me, they find that I'm actually a nice person. So it's just the way my face kind of falls. I look sort of like, when I'm not smiling, I look like I'm angry, but I'm not. But I'm pretty serious guy, but I can be funny too, obviously. But so anyways, I'm walking around, you know, I'm not smiling. I'm just, you know, have no real expression on my face. But I'm doing that. I'm pushing out the energy of just love that I feel in my heart, just emanating that, shining that out like a star, bright. And I start seeing like people are like looking at me, and I get some smiles from like 4 different people, like, and it felt like, because I wasn't smiling, like the smile I saw from them was almost like they just felt what I was pushing out, and it just made them smile because they liked the way it felt. They weren't smiling at me, you know, like just to be friendly. It was just an automatic response to what I was doing. So I was like, wow, this is cool. So I'm doing this, and down the aisle, like way down the end of the aisle, this guy's coming around the corner with his dog. This relates back to the picture I put up of Kobe. And the guy has this big pit bull, you know, and you've seen the pit bulls that are mean looking. This is a mean looking pit bull. And he's walking with his pit bull, and it's funny how they actually I remember when I was younger, like they didn't let animals in places like Walmart, but they do now anyway. So anyways, this guy's walking, the dog's on a leash, and it's an intimidating dog. And I see these people, like, you know, they're walking by it and they're kind of like moving to the side, and everybody's kind of afraid of this dog. And he's not growling or anything, but he just has that look on his face. I'm thinking like, he looks like me, you know, he looks angry and stuff, and he looks intimidating. And so, but I love animals, and I love dogs, and I love all animals. And I'm walking up, and he hasn't seen me yet, the dog. And I'm looking at him, I'm sending out this love vibe. And all of a sudden the dog sees me, And he's pretty far away, so he's probably like 25 feet away. And the dog just starts running towards me. And like it caught the guy off guard. He just started pulling the guy. And I was feeling right off, like, I wasn't fearful at all. I'm thinking this dog likes me. It's just feeling what I'm putting off, and it's coming towards me. And, other people might think that the dog was getting ready to attack him, but he's coming towards me, and like the guy's getting pulled by this big pit bull, and he runs right up and he jumps right up on my chest and like starts like licking me and stuff. And I'm just like, I love you too, buddy. And I'm like hugging him and stuff. And the guy was just horrified. The guy's just like, I'm so sorry and stuff. And like, he's never done that before. And I'm like, no, man, it's cool. It's like, I love dogs. And he must just love me. He must feel my vibe and stuff. And the guy was just kind of like freaked out and stuff, but it was cool. And like, the dog, comes down, his tail's wagging back and forth. I mean, obviously he was very happy and just a really nice dog. And so that was, he just ended up leaving and stuff with the dog. And the dog was just, it was weird because it changed the whole vibe too. It's like the dog's tail was wagging and like he still like looked mean, but he kind of had like, he was just, people just seemed like they were just happier and friendlier, like not as scared of the dog all of a sudden because they saw that happen or felt it or whatever. So it was a great experience. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to definitely keep, and you guys should do it too, is like, just like cultivating your heart, that feeling, like I talked about in my previous video. If you haven't watched that, that feeling you get when you see something, like a memory or whatever that happened to you, where you really felt love, you felt that connection with someone or animal or whatever it is, you just felt love. Get into that space and just like push that out, energetically in your field around you when you're out in public. And I really feel it helps just raise the vibration. It just helps elevate everybody around us. So I'm going to keep doing it. You guys should do it too. You don't have to do it all the time, but I kind of do it all the time. But I was really pushing hard when I was in Walmart yesterday. So I'm going to keep doing that. And, I feel like I've always felt like a star, like I'm just burning bright. Like I see a lot of people talking about like calling in light and, let the light come into you. And I've always felt like the light shining through me. Like I have the light within, and it's more, instead of like calling in something outside of myself, I have to go within myself and let that light shine out. There's an unlimited supply. Like I'm just this burning bright star, but I'm not always consciously aware of how bright I am. So instead of letting light in, I have to go within to let that light out. It's always there, but it's not always burning bright because I'm just not so consciously aware of it. So that's my issue, is I've always tried to like go within and uncover the light that's always burning bright within me. I think we are all like that because, you look up at, it's like a metaphor, if you look up at the sky and you see the stars up there, those stars are like us. Like, and if you just saw one star in a big black sky, it would, you'd hardly even see it. There'd be like one little speck of light up there with blackness all around it. But, together, all those stars, it's bright, it's beautiful. That's like us, together we're all individual frequencies of light, but when we're together, we're so much more than we are as just one, even though we are one, but we're together. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, we all shine individually, but we're all bright, and together we shine the brightest. So keep that in your heart, always feel that, you be you, I'm being me, and everybody's just being themselves, and just, be you because everyone else is taken. Just be yourself, be authentic, just shine your light. And together, as we shine together, we shine so beautifully and bright. And that's what we're doing in this world. We're just like shining our light and elevating this awareness and this vibration and this reality. I felt like that since I was a kid. I was here for a reason, and I'm really starting to come to understand what that reason is. And it's to elevate humanity to a new level of love, of connection, that I feel like we've always had it. it's been dimmed. The light's been dimmed by all the programming and just the forces of limitation and domination and control. So it's time to take our power back, get our power back and rise up and be the change. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Another thing I want to talk a little bit about is, and this is part of the limitation that I think a lot of people feel, and I feel it with people. I've always had like intuitive feelings. I can just walk into a room and I can feel people's energies, what they're like. I can look in somebody's eyes and just see right into their soul and just see what they're like. And I feel there's a lot of people have been through a lot of trauma. They've been through a lot of pain, in this lifetime and other lifetimes. And, they're holding on to trauma, and some of it's unconscious, some of it's conscious. And those are all shadows, it's all darkness. But, you always hear about letting go of the trauma or unleashing the trauma. I want to give a different perspective on this. And this is something that's, you got to keep an open heart with open mind. Just listen to the end. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine, but it works for me. It's something I've come to realize over just all my experiences, because I've had a lot of trauma in my life, all the way back to my childhood. And, I'm sure in past lives too, I've, had dreams of things I'm sure that were definitely real at one point in time. But for me, it's like those stars in the sky, they shine the brightest on the darkest night. When they're surrounded by the blackest black, that's when they shine the brightest. So instead of letting go and unleashing your trauma, embrace your trauma, embrace your shadow. Give it thanks, love, and gratitude for the lesson it provided. It made you feel something. Even if what you felt was painful, you grew out of that pain. You learned something, and you're still standing today. And that's a strong testament to who you are. So that shadow made you who you are. It made you stronger. Even though with our little conscious, our little ego minds will think why'd I have to go through that? That was a horrible experience. I didn't deserve that. Well, it made you stronger. So give it gratitude and thanks. Don't let it go. Embrace it. Give it thanks. You're not giving thanks to the person that did this to you. Let's say somebody did something awful to you. You're giving thanks to the feeling you got from it that made you grow stronger and made you who you are today. It's the pain that we go through in life. And pain is the greatest teacher. It really is. We're always moving towards pleasure and moving away from pain. And we'll do a lot more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. Pain is the greatest teacher. You learn the most from pain. It leaves the hardest, strongest mark on your heart. So embrace that. Be thankful. Have gratitude and love for the lesson of pain, of those shadows. And you'll really start to grow out of that and realize that everything happened for a reason, even though you didn't really consciously know why in your ego mind. It made you stronger. It made you who you are today so that you can be the living example for others to show them what they can be, how they can rise up, how they can illuminate and shine their light. So just really embrace those shadows is what I'm saying, guys. It really helps you to illuminate and just be brighter when you come to that knowing. Because, guys, we're in this together. We're all shining stars. We're all bright. So just be the brightest star you can be. Every moment of every day. Live from your hearts. Get out there and just be it. We're going to change this world, guys. We're going to do it together. Feel it in your heart. Know it in your mind. Get out there and be it. Together, guys, we're going to do this. Be the change. All right, guys, I love you. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.